Connected. Channel switched.
Ozzy.
Hi, Voodoo.
Good evening, sir.
No orca tonight.
What? Tonight? You're what? What?
No orca tonight.
Well, you know, can't fly the same thing every time.
Things change.
Yeah, I know. Change is bad. We fear change.
I tried this funny bird of prey to collect scenery, but I couldn't get it to go slow.
Can't get it to go slow. It's like...
So, go figure.
Yeah, the winds go up and down, don't they, as you accelerate. I were using the one with water. He suggested the Bluebird. It's like a little hovercraft thing.
Does it work for you on your system?
Sorry?
Does it work on your system?
Yeah, it still goes backwards, but not all the time. The UFO goes backwards all the time, and you press B, and it just keeps going in reverse. But all the rocket-powered things go backwards, but normally you can press B and it goes forward again.
Just when you think you got it figured out.
And some of them, when you're actually flying a route using autopilot, they get confused and start weaving backwards and forwards really badly, and doing figure of eights in some places when you get to turning points, which is quite strange.
Tonight it worked with the Bluebird very well. On my system.
That's the one I use less. I've tried the one what Voodoo suggested, but I've got downloaded all these sort of spacecrafts, and that seems to be the best one.
Sonny!
Is there a shortcut in flight gear for rudder trim?
This key, is it 6 and 7 on the keyboard? I think. I can't remember.
It's just with helicopter, sometimes you have to fly with a lot of rudder pedal to keep the ball in the middle.
Yeah, but you do fly them with a lot of pedals on them. Older ones particularly.
User joined your channel.
See, I'll just take my mouse and do like a right click and do the rudder thing and just like adjust my rear rotor power until I'm level. Yoo-hoo! like this airport. The fire department behind us.
Handy. There's more likely there's going to be more than one on the fire before you can get off the ground.
Yeah, I did notice this afternoon that flying off from this airport, it dropped my frame rates by 50% when normally I'm getting 40 all the time.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's going to be quite heavy in the free mix at this airport. I'm okay, so I'm looking out to shore at the minute. So that's fine.
User joined your channel.
User! That would be Miss Sonny, I think.
And no, it's me.
Oh, it's you! Well, happy Saturday.
Thanks.
What's happening about it? Hey,
Please say again.
I said, what's happy about it?
It's Saturday, man.
Oh, happy Saturday.
Stuart's boss is a pain in the ass, so he doesn't care about Saturdays or Sundays anymore.
Every day's the same.
I'm exactly the same for different reasons. It's my whole life is 6 Saturdays and a Sunday now.
What runway will we be starting from?
We're going to start from the parking lot here, wherever I am. I don't know where that is.
Down by the fire station.
Yeah, down by the fire
Near the
station.
radar tower with a big spinny thing on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool here.
User joined your channel.
User.
That CH-53 is huge.
That is.
Yeah, it sat on top of me when it spawned.
Ouch. Was
See,
it-
these big fat things, they don't care about who they touch. No.
They don't have to.
Well, it's Americans, isn't it? They think they rule the world.
It's word, man. Rude bastards. Fargan
They haven't
bast-
realised it's Canada. They haven't realised it's Canada.
Fargan bastages.
Yeah, we could do a deal. We got a used prime minister you could take off his hands. He's meant to be semi-American.
Oh, Bert, no, I ain't unloading him on us, bro.
He can go and live with Donald Trump, and maybe an alligator might eat him if we're lucky, or a snake.
Ooh, that'd be nice down in Florida.
Could have a party together.
Yeah, party. Yeah. No mo Bojo, no mo. Oh no. Of course, you ain't got rid of him yet.
Well, he's very good at this. When he was foreign secretary, it was normally when they get resigned, they have to move out on the same day. He squatted for 3 weeks because he didn't want to pay rent on a flat or an house for himself.
Boris Johnson was born in the U.S.
His mother American,
Born in New York. Born in New York. Yeah.
Oh my
but he had to
goodness.
renounce his U.S. citizenship for tax reasons, I think.
Yeah, because he didn't want to pay him.
That's it.
So that explains why he's such a cheesy, sleazy guy. New York, oh my goodness. All right, boys, spin him up because we're going to have a brief and we're going to haul ass here pretty quick.
I'm just getting started.
Wait, sing out when you're ready, mate.
What is the appropriate RPM for the Bill 430?
If you hit N, it will ramp itself up, and there's a light on your dash that says RPM, I think. Yeah, there's a little orange light right in front of the pilot that says RPM. Hold the N key down, and it will ramp it up, and when the light goes out, you're ready to rip.
Can I use my oh shit? Can I use the axis I have assigned for
User joined your channel.
propeller for the propeller to adjust the RPM.
It works with my system, the way you said.
Engine power adjustment.
In the help pile.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine says use N, Shift N to adjust engine power up or down. So I don't know that you could use an assigned key.
And that's the propeller switch, the propeller pitch key on some systems. On mine,
Oh my.
Yeah,
It
well,
also is on mine, so it would be nice if it was possible to also use the assigned axis for the RPM.
yeah, but I've got throttle quadrant and 100%. It still isn't enough revs. You have to use the N key to increase
If you
it.
don't like the standard, the key bindings I've got set, Oscar Yankee, feel free to change them for yourself.
Yeah, it's engine power. It's its own animal.
Right.
I'm currently learning nasal, so yeah, I will maybe be able to change that
Oscar Yankee,
in some weeks.
Oscar Yankee, quiet for a moment, please. Thank you. Welcome to Flight Night. All the people on Facebook, hello. We are live.
We are also live on Twitch right now.
Twitch. I know there's a lot of Twitch,
Twitch.
I got a Twitch.
I'm
Okay,
currently
thank you.
streaming live. I'm currently streaming live on Twitch right now.
Oh my. Okay, dig this. Here's a brief. Weather is going to be fair weather.
fair weather, Roger.
Time, we are going to set time to, what did my notes say? 17:30 UTC.
17:50. Okay. For those watching the channel, the flight leader is in the Bell 430 over there in the distance.
70:30 UTC, was that right?
Correct. 1730.
Although I'll skip by an hour because I was talking. Okay. Rewinding time. There we are, 17:30.
Bam.
UTC said.
Perfect. Okay, here's the plan. We're looking for 130 knots indicated. We're going to depart this airport, like vertically, and then we're going to turn to 270 degrees due west until we hit the coast. We're going to turn right or north-ish. We're going to follow the coastline up and see all the cool stuff on the coast. It's kind of cool, I think. About the third big waterway that exits there, then we're going to turn to our first destination, which be the ICAO code of Lima Foxtrot Victor X-Ray. We're going to do 1,000 feet. That's real altitude, not AGL. I'm ramping up.
You're rapping it, baby.
RPM's out.
Hi everyone, I'm in the BK117 program who's watching. Oh, the Gazelle's fell asleep already, look at that. I told you we had a good brain part next to the fire department.
My goodness, that is a lot of flames.
Are you airborne, Voodoo?
I am.
Right, so you're the one over there that somebody else is up on 430, I wasn't sure.
Heading for the coast.
Oh, it looks like I just messed up my tail rotor because
Oh, no.
I lost controllers.
Oh no. Too bad. But
That's okay. We got to get time to start over and catch up. We ain't gonna be going that fast.
yeah, 130 knots isn't going that fast.
Well, it is, but we ain't going that fast yet. So
Catching you up. See
Present.
in front of me.
present heading 270 till I hit the coast, and I'm gonna turn right. Just follow the coast northward, north-ish at 1,000 feet AGL. Right now I'm running 90 knots.
90 knots, brother.
90 nuts. You don't have to be nuts to do this, but it helps. Oh, look at the scenery. Oh my goodness.
Right behind you.
Turning right.
Private light shining in through the window from the sun shining into the back window of my room here, which is moving things shining on my screen. Who's great?
Woo, woo.
Are you at 1,000 feet again?
I am parked at 1,000 feet, about 115 knots. Present heading about 4 degrees.
Okay, looking at altitude. Back to speed. 0. There we go. There we are.
I do hear crackle, 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 which means I should have brought some burgers or something to toast.
Tide already. Overspeed and went inverted.
No, you don't do overspeed. It's not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Five and a bit.
Presently right at about 129 knots, 130 knots, heading about 3, 4, 5 degrees at 1,000 footses.
Thousand footses off the deck.
1,000 footses. Or would that be feetses? I don't know. What's the plural of feet?
The hell?
I keep losing engine power from taking off.
What again? 430.
Yes.
Oops.
Right. Is the RPM warning light on the dashboard gone out before you try taking off?
It goes out before I take off, and when I take off, it goes on again.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Take more engine power.
Yeah, after you've ramped it up and the light went out, just fly. You'll be fine. I think. I don't know if that's what mine does.
Yeah, but the problem is that a lot of times I just fall out of the sky.
Oops. Never had that problem.
Maybe helicopters are not your thing.
Maybe they are his thing. Maybe it's just a curse. Ooh, flyby is sexy. Ooh. Ooh. Ollie's heading out to sea.
Safe as book be.
Hey, sailor.
There's a name for you. Not the Crashing Bar Club, the Flashing Bar Club. No?
Porky's a passenger. Porky's a passenger. Porky's a passenger.
On who? With who?
Bell 430. It must be Oscar Yankee.
Oh god. Oh well, nice knowing you, Porky. Could be you.
Could be me, but it doesn't look like me because when I shoot from his perspective, it's
the backseat.
when I shoot from his perspective, it's quite a ways behind me. Ooh, Stewart's BK117. Did the lights ever get fixed in that, and I'm just not got a version?
It hasn't been released yet.
Ah,
I've
okay.
got to update. The lights are fixed in my one, but not the new one, obviously. Unless you get the developer one. Which is difficult to do at the minute.
Offshore windmill.
Right on your 7 o'clock, would it?
Oh yeah, I got you on video, man. Wave. No, not that kind of a wave. That's a salute. Look, Mom, we made the video from the prototypes. Actually, make the prototype from macaroni. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got it going, Oscar Yankee.
Please say again.
You got the 430 going?
Woohoo!
Yes. Unfortunately.
Good for you and for Porky.
He wants to live.
Do I have a passenger?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Porky, who you flying with?
As a passenger.
Yeah, but it gives you instructions when you're coming into land. Puts you right off.
That would be useful.
One, two, three, four, five.
God, that's, oh, Jesus Christ, that wasn't looking good, did it?
What?
I presume that 430 I'm looking at there over there is Oscar Yankee.
Yeah, somebody in the up front looks to be doing aerobatics.
I hope, Bosses, I hope you have a strong stomach if you're still with me. And if you haven't used the parachute.
Okay, so this is freaking me out about the EC-135. If I look at Ozzy's 135, it looks fabulous. If we look at Sonny's EC-135, it's missing part.
It's got multiplayer issues, the 135.
Ah, oh, okay, that makes sense then. Okay.
The way it's been done, even the deliveries, that systems put parts on and off it is not ideal.
Is it in the hangar, the 135?
The what?
Is the EC135 in the annex? I was looking this afternoon.
No, it's not enough higher, no. It's the general higher.
Is it still is the EC135, even though it's not in the hangar, is it still legal to, or maybe legal is not the right word, but is it still allowed to use that for flight nights?
Well, Sonny can get away with murder.
We haven't allowed because Sunny like you.
Yeah, Sonny's like the patron saint of flight night, so she can
Sunny
bring
likes
anything
that
she
right
wants.
from us.
So I guess if it's fair for her, you can bring it too. Not to discriminate against anybody. A Flight Gear UK being an equal opportunity harasser.
Could some of the general hangar aircraft, also like the Cessna 172, to be ported over to FGUK with some changes like voodoo smoke and something like that?
No.
Nope.
Isn't the GPL?
And it's a staple thing, no touching it.
Some of the thing about the aircraft in the FGUK hangar is because we've done so many flight nights, and we have control over those aircraft, so they've been vetted. We've run into lots of aircraft, or a few aircraft, I'll say lots, a few aircraft in general flight gear population that makes a nightmare out of flight night. So we've tried to weed those out and not. That's why I tend to specify FGUK aircraft only, because I know you're not going to blow up the whole thing for everybody.
What is the aircraft that has been causing problems?
There's several of them. The F-16 is one.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a nightmare.
Right.
OMP, but
And to be
What's
fair,
else
to be fair, I haven't cataloged all of the aircraft. All I know is the ones that we vet from our hangar don't cause problems, and that's why I specify them.
We build our aircraft around multiplayer use.
Exactly.
Other people build the aircraft without a hint of working on multiplayer, and that's when you have all the problems.
Exactly. So, I mean, I find it easier.
Like the DCP, the Dakota, it's a stunning model. It's fantastic. It does not work well in multiplayer at all.
Yep.
It's got broken animations and various other issues across multiplayer that's making it pretty bad base.
Turning right, GPS FMS 12 degrees toward our first destination of Lima Foxtrot Victor X-Ray. Stand by. Mark. Turning right, 12 degrees. Maintain 1,000 feet, 130 knots for the present. Soon we will have to climb, because we will be in big trouble if we don't climb over these things here.
is it harder to make aircraft for flight gear than making aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Not at all.
No, that's probably easier. Doing stuff on Microsoft, you really need to know a lot of C++, actually, to get anything reasonable. Sorry, there's no. I had a go at looking at the multiplayer thing, bits on that 135, but to make it work over multiplayer properly, the whole thing has to be pretty much stripped out and rebuilt. It's a big job.
climbing at 400 feet per minute, maintaining GPS FMS 12 degrees. Climb it up. I think we're going to go to 3,000 feet here. Yeah, this next version of general aviation aircraft that I have coming out, a couple of turboprops, an Embraer Phenom 300 that I'm totally in love with, like a small business jet. Just getting these things to be where we can use them in flight nights, and all the MP stuff can be seen. I mean, the open doors, and the Phenom has a ground crew thing that when you're parked and the door is open, then you have a limousine and a fuel truck and all kinds of stuff. In order to get all that stuff to appear over MP, you got to kind of start from the ground and work up, because even though flight gear is multiplayer ready, not a lot of people are specifically developing for multiplayer capability. And since I'm all about Flight Night and multiplayer stuff, it's just a lot of extra work. If it doesn't work over MP, I'm just like, I don't need it.
Has the Cessna C-172 been causing problems over MP?
Just wait to mess with the multiplayer.
I don't know. I don't fly it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we don't do flight nights where you would have a Cessna 172 and anything else we fly.
If you want to play that slow, we can use a creaky.
Creaky worked fine.
Creaky works fine, it's simple, there's nothing to go wrong with it.
Yeah, but we all have to fly the same thing.
Yeah, the creaky.
I once used a Cessna 137 for flight night, and it worked very well a long time ago.
Cool.
I think I remember that flight night.
Oh, it's long ago.
And far away.
Oh, then it has probably been our flight night where someone else has used it. I remember a flight night where someone from India used that aircraft.
Okay, leveling at 3,000 feet. Maintain 130 knots, GPS FMS 12 degrees.
The scenery is amazing.
Oh, and the ortho stuff, just, oh my god. I think it's kind of like being there, because if you look on Google Earth and stuff like that, it's just like, I mean, I'm sure it's not an exact representation, but it's as close to being there as you're going to get.
And it should be there.
I would like.
I'm getting a little bit of turbulence.
Yeah, the hills.
I would like to be able to share my desktop screen to my iPhone. Does anyone know any good tools for that?
Nope.
I can use UX Play to share the iPhone screen to my desktop, but not the other way around.
No idea.
If you install that 5 interface on another PC, you can change it so you get 2 copies. Maybe I'll do something with that.
Please again.
Well, I've got the moving map on another PC outside of me, and it gives me a moving map of all the whereabouts in the world I am, and it's called PHI, P-H-I. It's part of Flight Gear, and you link in your the code of your where you on your main machine is, and it displays where you are. But you can change it from a map to the actual simulator view and the gauges and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I just forgot about that. Thanks.
Where's that at, man?
It's built in.
Yeah, how do you access it?
Well, you just go to your browser, Internet Explorer. You put in the IP address plus 192.168.0 and whatever number it is on your machine, /8088, and then it simultaneously with your flight gear.
Wow, cool. See, we learn something new every night.
You can call it up from equipment. It's about third one down as maps under the maps, but then you keep having to swap backwards and forwards. This way, if you've got a suitable spare machine, you can have it outside of it as a full screen moving map.
Oh, where it says in your F10 menu where it says map, open in browser.
Yeah, that's the same thing, but to get it to work on a separate PC, you have to find out what your IP address is of your main machine is. Once you know that, you just put that into the description bar of the when you call it up.
It's permanently running. It'll work on I have it running on an iPad. It'll work on a tablet. It'll work on a phone. It'll work on another PC.
Cool.
You can actually use it to have a second screen with your cockpit instrumentation on it as well.
And the other thing you can do, which is quite useful, if you get far behind, you can use it to drag yourself and catch up.
Yeah, if you're running on an iPad or something or a thing, you can just get your finger and move the aircraft.
Oh,
It's a bit dodgy trying it when you're on the ground, because if you change height of the ground, you can soon knock your engines off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but when
or
you're
if
in the air, you
move
just
into a mountain.
move it.
So, right now I've got the OSM map underneath, and it's telling you all the names of the places we're flying over, if I could pronounce them. That's what I was asking last week, because Copenhagen, how we pronounce it or write it, on the OSM maps it's spelt completely different.
Yeah, it's probably spelled Copenhagen. Yeah.
You didn't ask permission to have it change the name, did you people from Denmark? Remember, us English speakers, we rule the world.
People from Denmark don't need permission for nothing. Tell them on screen again. We don't need your stinking badge. We don't need no stinking badges.
I don't think he's blazing saddles put in.
Oh, you never know.
The file is very good at the screenshots, but if I want the constant stream from the with near zero delay from flight gear to my phone in full screen, does anyone know some screen sharing alternatives?
Please ask again, say again, I didn't understand what you mean.
The moving map that then I can get screenshots every second, but if I want to get the refresh rate of maybe 10 Hz instead of 5 seconds, and it would be good in full screen but does anyone then know some alternatives?
No idea.
This is a bit of weird scenery coming up in front. It's like Great Wall of China on my screen.
Oh my. Mine looks pretty normal. Abby normal.
It looks normal for me, or as normal as it can be with Wimbledon.
Yeah, it's a extension of a road, and it just sort of suddenly goes up about 300 feet in the air.
Someplace right directly ahead of us?
I think you've probably flown over it, Voodoo. The rest of the flight's probably coming up to it now. It's where the road is, the dual carriageway below, and it snakes up the hillside through a wood.
Do not see it. Everything looks copacetic from here.
Same for me.
Could be something that didn't get
I
loaded
can't see
yet.
it. I haven't gathered the scenery for this FlightNight, but so maybe it can be that.
I had to fly this about half a dozen times to get it all and load up. There's a lot of shit going on here, kids. First destination airport, Lima Foxtrot Victor X-Ray, like about 90 seconds ahead of us. You can see it.
I see it.
I see it.
It's down there. Hello, viewers on Facebook. I'm waving at you.
Don't. They'll run away. No, don't look at me.
Yeah, no, they just like tell me to drive run away.
Ah, we're all naked.
They never type in comments in case we say something bad.
We're all naked in here.
No.
I'm naked in here.
Hey, the flight leader is thick. Luckily we can't see inside his cockpit. No, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Nothing to see anyway. Hey, check out this airport down below. It's lots of cool stuff. Several well-developed airports. Let's wait for the turn. There it is. New GPS FMS, same as the rest. 13 degrees.
We have a message from Alan Mullen on Facebook. He's here watching.
Maintaining 3,000 feet, 130 knots. New GPS FMS, 13 degrees.
So we have a confirmed viewer.
Next destination, Lima Echo Sierra Tango, LEST, 17 minutes-ish.
So we changed from Portugal to Spain.
Oh yeah, only a small portion of this flight was in Portugal. And the only reason I started there is because I'm looking at settling out there. We can get out of here.
This is the first flight now where my machine's struggling with frame rates. I'm down at 16, whereas normally it's 40.
Isn't that wild? Because I'm kicking ass.
I'm stuck between 70 and 19 and 22. I normally get 60 FPS constantly.
Well,
I'm replying to you on Facebook. You saying I'm not good at helis, otherwise you would have joined. You see, most of those helis behind me, half those pilots aren't good with helis either.
Oh my.
And will probably die before the flight is over. More than once.
I wouldn't say that's true. You have to know.
I have died 2 times before the FlightNight, one time because I forgot where my collective was that when I started up, and the other time because I smashed my tail rotor into something.
So
So it will probably happen again.
So you couldn't figure out where your collective was. Is this the same thing as grabbing the wrong stick?
No, it was because my collective was at the yeah, it was at my throttle was at 0%, but that is full up with the collective, and I normally just leave my levers in the 0% position, so it was still there, and I forgot about it.
Awesome. Has your throttle stick, has it got two throttle sticks, two engines, or just a single stick?
I have 3 sticks, one for throttle, one for propeller, and one for mixture.
Okay, because you could write into the incremental for one of the ones that's not used, like the mixture or the, well, you could write that in as engine power for helicopters.
Oh yeah, that would be great to make the propeller or mixture to engine power.
Yeah, you can do that in your XML file, just add it in there, so both that axis.
So
To the cable car system we're flying over at the moment.
please, where did you say it would be?
I don't know where it's stored in your operating system or in the mobile Windows.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Is it only for me, or is it have you recently have problems with your microphone? Or
His mic sounds like he's talking into a potato. You can go to TeamSpeak and you can right click on his name and it turn the volume up, and that'll help.
I have done that, but English isn't my first language, so it's still hard.
Oh my.
Stuff might need it.
Yeah.
Can you move closer to your microphone?
I can't. No. It's a difficult thing.
Well, that's the end of that.
And my desktop doesn't reach my mouth. And I'm trying to fly a helicopter, so no, I can't sit in an awkward position.
No. The scenery is amazing, though. Oh my God! Looking back behind me at the CH-53 into the water, and the little village sitting there at the edge of the water. Power lines and pylons. Whoa! It's cool. What did we do with Flight Gear before we had shadows, dudes?
Don't know. I started playing Flight Gear about 2 years ago, so I haven't experienced being out of shadows.
I think mostly people said they didn't need it because it was just eye candy.
Whatever.
Bit like the orthos as well.
It is eye candy, but it changes the what's the word I'm looking for? The immersion level is what it's just like it's getting to the point where it's really real now.
Yeah, with the photo scenery, you can actually practice, where you know the area,
Yeah,
work out where you literally are in the real world.
I can fly over my house, which is on a bluff in Illinois on the Mississippi River, and the relationship between the river and the bridges and the airport and everything. I can literally navigate, visually, VFR, by the streets and the locations and know where I'm at. It's that good.
I am currently porting my FG data from the aircraft from Linux to Windows, so I can also get the nightly builds and still have my FGUK air.
Yeah, this nightly build I've got seems to be fabulous. I think I've had one rain crash in like months, and it looks like $1 million. The frame rates are good. I mean, I was continuously bitching about FlightNight because I just couldn't keep the aircraft in the air. So I'm not changing versions until I know something else is rocking.
I got mine in December last year, and I've never been tempted to change it.
Bam.
It works.
I think that's about when I did too. It was a nightly build. I don't know the number, but it's like, it ain't broke. I ain't changing it. It looks fabulous. The frame rates are high. No game crashes to speak of. I'm not changing.
Can you maybe upload that, because it would be nice to have a night build that works.
Sure.
Well, I've installed several versions of the nightly builds, and they all work fine, never had any problems. You just download whatever, when you get your Windows going, just download whatever's available that night, and you're like, well, it shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah, I think that's basically true. I think somebody seems to have solved all the major glitchiness now. I don't know what they're working on, but
They're working on World Scenery 3 at the minute. That's what the main thing is.
so we got better scenery than we got now coming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It should be more accurate, because the scenery we're using is from X-Plane about 12 years ago. So that's why all the airports are not in the correct places and stuff.
So how did the FlightNight get the scenery from X-Plane with the licensing and such?
It was GPL. It was always GPL.
Yeah, the
Well,
world next is GPL.
The scenery was GPL as well.
They just found a way to make it run in game.
The thing is that X-Plane has moved on, and so the nav data files, the airport files, can't be read by flight gear. So like Ollie says, he was stuck with the airports and nav data from maybe 10 years ago.
I haven't played with X-Plane for a while. Is it that much better?
No.
No, the majority of the airports in FlightGear are accurate, but you do get errors where they're not in the right place, and it's very difficult to correct it. Whereas in X-Plane, people can take the airport over and do the scenery correct and add all stuff to it, and then if it's passed okay, it's added in. And in FlightGear, you can't do that unless you can actually create the terrain from scratch, which, if you're not a programmer working in Linux, it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, I got my hands full trying to convert old Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff, make it look good and reanimate it. Here's a question I had for anybody that's running Model Converter X. My Model Converter X crashed. It doesn't work. I try to open it, nothing can open it. I've reloaded it. I've updated my Windows. I've done everything. Stu, you got any clue what's going on there?
What do you use Model Converter X for?
I just installed it yesterday or the day before because it wasn't on my new PC, and it works fine because I'm trying to find some chip models.
Mine has always worked fine. Here the other day had a weird crash, and no matter what I do, it cannot make Model Converter X run anymore. So no more conversions for me till I figure it out.
You might have to purge it from your registry as well. It might be a corrupted part of that as well.
Yeah,
registry, what? Blah, 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 blah. I don't
you
know
might
what
have
that
to
means.
uninstall it fully, then reinstall it from scratch.
Well, it runs from a folder on your desktop, so it never really installs itself to your hard drive, so it doesn't show up in add or remove programs. Somewhere it has saved a preference file or something that's won't let it launch, and I basically I'm on the forum now. I'm going to ask over there, but I've sent several requests for assistance, and they just ignore me. But it has worked fabulously, I mean flawlessly, on multiple computers for me over the years. I have no idea why it won't work. it won't. It just open. I don't get an error message. I don't get a black screen. I don't get shit. I double click on it. I get an hourglass for a split second, and that's it. Done.
Maybe if it doesn't work, I use Blender for model conversion. There's some plugins that allows you to use different formats.
I hate
A lot
Blender.
of different formats.
I hate
Why?
I hate Blender.
Why do you hate Blender?
Because you got to jump through all these hoops and play all these games trying to figure out something. Model Converter X, I bring a .mdl in, I open it up, I export it as .ac, and I'm done. Literally takes 45 seconds to convert a model. I have to reanimate everything, but that's not the point. The point is I don't have to go find plugins and jump through hoops and play all these games. I find Blender to be a nightmare. Of course, that's because I'm old, so I only use it when I have to.
Don't you have problems when you do that conversion, that some stuff's upside down when it goes into the AC3 file format?
Yeah, if you take a .mdl, I found everybody has their bugaboo. I convert it to a .3ds file, and then from a .3ds to .ac, and sometimes it keeps the animated surfaces or the basic objects, but a lot of the time it's just you've got one object and you have to cut all of your control surfaces and everything back out, which is fine. I'm used to doing that, but I've converted things in Blender, but like I said, you have to go find all these plugins. It's just like, I can't believe that Flight Gear wants to use Blender, and .ac is not even a standard file format out there. You have to download an upgrade or a module to even do that. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's an open source project, and that's what it's all about.
Yep. Well, somebody should make a what do I want to call it? Blender Lite. Hey, don't get me wrong, it's a fabulous program, but the learning curve is years trying to make Blender, work and stuff. I don't need all the features that it's got. All I want to use is to be able to import a .obj, a .3ds, a .ac, a .mdl, whatever, and export. I don't really need it for anything else. AC/DC does everything I need for $70. AC3D.
Yeah, not AC/DC, they're not going to do it for you.
No, they don't. They just all want to say,
Highway to hell.
yeah, I'm on it, brother.
Problem with all this is I started learning to do a bit of modelling, some static scenery, and I've taken a couple of months off and I've forgotten everything I learned.
Oh yeah, if you don't do it every day, that's what I love about being retired. I can start on a model and convert it, start doing everything, and by the end of the week, I've got a completely animated aircraft almost ready to go. Whereas before, I only got 3 hours a day, or 3 or 5 hours a week. But then you come back, you go like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I was looking for some ship models for thing I'm playing around with, and I found some really nice cruise ships I want to use, but they're in Max format, and it's like a different program you got to buy to be able to do anything with them. And I can't find any sort of step to get it back to something you...
I think there's online converters from Max to .obj.
No, they don't work.
They don't work?
No, not well.
Oh, well, fuck that.
No, I'm toying with the idea, I mentioned it to Walter last week. It's 40 years since the Falklands, but it would be like what we did, the silly one with Alec did, flying on helicopters off ships and stuff. It'd be...
We've got a stockpile of helicopter models for the right vintage, we're just not getting them ready. But the Wessex got sitting, as you know. I have got the Wasp as well sitting. We've got the Has 3 and Has 2 links. Just to getting them all ready.
There were no links in the Falklands.
Well, they just after the Falcons. I can't remember the last twos.
There were no links in the Falklands. No.
Was it 86? Was it? Oh, the links?
82. 82. So my question was last week, is it bad taste to do anything with it? Because a lot of people did die in the Falklands. But I was thinking that we could have I was trying to put together some ships in the right place. And as I say, we've got Sea Kings, Scouts were used, Gazelles were used. And, well, the carriers would be too far away. But the scene, I have the scenery already, but it's a bit flat. But, you know, I was just wondering if it was bad taste to think about doing it.
I don't think so.
Are we landing at this airport?
Nope,
What, we are landing here, are we?
we are not. We are proceeding on to Lima Echo Charlie Oscar in seconds.
10 seconds.
In seconds.
The BK 170 tail rotor looks very, very weird to me.
New GPS FMS 4 degrees. We're going to stay at 3,000 feet, 130 knots for a while here, but midpoint destination is 10 minutes out.
If you watch my stream, you can probably see what I mean by having a weird tail rotor at the BK 170.
Yeah, the main rotor on the CH-53 is a little weird too. These are things that need to get fixed when we
I know.
I know we're going to run out of shit to do.
There's no one in the CH-53 and all those switch E and on this side as well. It's a huge job to break it. And I've sort of been shying away from it.
I certainly understand that. Sometimes you just look at things and go, well, it's going to take days to sort this out. I just work on something I know I'm going to make more progress on.
Well, all you need is look at the overhead console and then speed and nope.
Nope. I spent literally days. Okay, I've been using that engine exhaust animation. It's just an XML I call, and it gives me the little thin dart trails that I think look really, really cool. But for some reason, it doesn't work on one aircraft, and I can't figure out why. It's something to do with the FDM, but I can't make it work. So I've spent hours. What's this do? Like reverse engineering. It's like, I give up.
You want some more liveries for the CH-53? I've made an X-Plane one.
Will they transfer directly?
Yep.
Yeah, where can you put them? I can grab them.
But yeah, I've got to...
Can you explain liveries directly right here?
It was the same model and it's not been remarked yet.
If the mapping's the same, yeah. And I can assure you it is, because I did it.
Because he did it. Yeah, send me a PM on the forum. Let's make this happen.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah.
How do you guys make liveries for aircraft? Do you just edit the PNG with something like GIMP, or do you do it in a 3D modeling program where you paint directly on the model, or what do you do?
There's code in the model file.
There's code that goes along with the livery. You need the code to match the livery.
Yeah, you just figure out like how many, like some aircraft, it's all in one. Like you just need to say the objects that need to carry over into the next livery, and you put it in the model file, and then you create separate XML files and say from the menu in F10 for the liveries menu, it'll say, like livery 1 and it goes to a folder called Livery One and calls those graphics files, those what are we talking about? The graphics file that the mapping.
But the code in the XML has to match the base code for liveries in the model XML for the item, the part name.
It's just XML files.
And a lot of Photoshop.
Yeah, I like actually doing that. That's one of the that and animations. You see the animations in like the Phenom 3, the Embraer Phenom. It's like so. I just love to see all these little different rods and stuff that pull these things up and then they fold in half and then they tuck themselves up inside and shit. I love that stuff. It takes a lot of time, but I don't know why I like it. It's just fun.
There's millions of livery packs for various models for Flight Sim X on various forum library places. Are they totally unusable in flight gear, or can you use them as a starting point for?
No, if you look at some of the warbirds that I've done, that's exactly what I did. Is I'll go to like one of the online places that used to run Wings of Power or WOP3 or some of those things, and people have done dozens and dozens of liveries. All you have to do is convert them from .dds or whatever they're into a .png or .jpg, and then write the code appropriate. And I've got an ME 210 and several aircraft that have dozens of the King Air Beechcraft King Air that I'm going to put up. I think there's 20 liveries, and they all came from the same concept as Flight Simulator X. People made all these liveries, and I just converted them all and put them in there. So I mean, we got Navy liveries and corporate liveries and all kinds of shit, man, courtesy of somebody who did all the work.
The big problem, Ollie, is the texture mapping has to be right the same. Like when you were trying to make that tower, yeah, doesn't matter how good the graphic is, if the texture mapping is off, yeah, it won't work.
Well,
So
I had fun with that. You did it for us in the end.
Yeah, I did, yeah. But unless the texture mapping matches, you can't use somebody else's livery files.
Unless you
That's all I'm
remap
saying.
it.
Unless you remap it. And if you can remap it, you probably could have done it yourself anyway.
And bam! I already tried that on an FW190. It's like, well, I want these liveries because they all already exist. I'm just going to remap the aircraft. Yeah, fuck that. That was a week wasted. It was easier just to convert a model that already used the liveries that I wanted, and go and start over.
Yeah. Texture mapping is not for the faint-hearted.
No. It is not. It's like half voodoo and half magic.
Yeah, well, I've just downloaded a few cargo ships and stuff, and when you download them, they come with the texture files for coloured sides and containers and stuff. But when you get them in AC3, it turns to a plain grey colour.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to begin descending at 400 feet per minute, maintain 130 knots, and a GPS FMF of 1 degree. We're like 2 minutes out, so let's descend at 800 feet per minute. My mark, stand by. Mark, descending at 800 feet per minute down to striking distance, like 1,000 feet.
Yeah, Walter, I found a very nice library in X-Plane. It's rusty objects on seashores. And it's fantastic, all the wrecks all rusting away.
I love that stuff. That's what I did with that B-26 Marauder. Imported all the liveries of actual aircraft like flak bait and stuff like that. And it's got battle damage and peeled paint and all that shit. I mean, somebody took all the time to do that work. It would just pain me to see all that stuff just lost.
I think that the battle damage is one of the coolest things about that plane.
Yeah, little bullet holes and paint peeling and stuff as you go through the different liveries. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I think also DC-3S have a lot of GPL liveries.
I don't think I've ever checked that out.
Yeah, and they're like mega. Yeah, it's like 16 4K.
Oh yeah.
Slab.
Oh man, high res stuff.
Yeah, you got to really shrink it down. Yeah, I think I'm sure it's DC-3S. Like for a Gazelle and well, quite a lot of aircraft. Yeah, but the detail is just ridiculous. Yeah. But again,
This is our airport, kids.
Where are we going to park up? Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did I
voodoo.
decide? Where did I decide? I think on the opposite side, just directly across the airport from here, is a tower and a big park-up area.
Okay.
Is that 53 upside down?
Oh, the belt for the bell 430 probably isn't made for conventional landings. Try doing a falling landing, but it ended in a bit of fire.
Down on the edge of the grass.
Ta-da!
User disconnected from your channel.
Can anyone else, am I imagining things, but there's an airliner which is inverted, going vertically, directly above the apron.
What? You mean in the air? Or?
About 300 feet off the ground, nearly going inverted, going... Can you go to my cockpit view, Voodoo, and see what you can see?
Yeah, hang on.
Did you say airliner?
I do not see it. Directly ahead of you? Above?
There's a couple of our helicopters just flying, crossing it now.
I do not see it. No, I don't see it at all. I heard an explosion.
I hit something.
All right, I'm gonna go get a beer. I'll be back. Stand by.
AFK.
AFK, BRB. I am not able to get to the simulator tab in the fire on my phone because I'm not able to scroll. Has anyone experienced that problem before?
Okay, I'm back on comms.
Welcome back. I am back as well.
Right. Alright, mostly everybody's still alive.
You think it's normal to have a lot, so many cables going across threshold of an airport.
No.
Oh,
Sometimes in flight gear though, you'll encounter that. What is the name of that? Very special kind of normal. Oh yeah, Abby normal.
might as well say it because people over here. Check your fuel.
Roger that. Thanks for the warning. We are going to depart here. We're going to climb to 4,000 feet. The speed again will be 130 knots. I will call out the GPS FMS when it becomes apparent and I lay it in. Well, wait a minute. GPS FMS will be 81 degrees, boys and girls. We're climbing to 4,000 feet, 130 knots. Final destination, Lima Echo Alpha Sierra. Lima Echo Alpha Sierra, LEAS. It's on the coast. It's Bluty Flow. Ooh, sun's getting low in the sky. Oh, that looks nice. Spooling up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the take off.
Yeah, huge lags. Wow, that was scary.
Yeah, it was scary because you're coming towards me.
Woo. I hear and I thought you were worried about me for a minute.
Yeah, no.
GPS FMS 80 degrees. I'm climbing at about 500 feet per minute.
Holy shit.
Or not. What was that?
What the hell was that?
I touched the tab. Oh, never mind. My mistake. That's when it happens when you add an extra 0 to 500 feet per minute into the vertical speed calculator, and it tries to go with a helicopter at 5,000 feet per minute. Oh God, I'm still alive. I'm so thankful.
Yeah, now get back in the front, please. No idea where you are.
Hang on, I'll zoom. Hang on.
Aha, you're way down there. You're quite a bit lower than me.
climbing at 500 feet per minute. Presently climbing through 1,800 feet on my way to 4,000. Ramping up the speed to 130 knots, otherwise we'll be late, and it'll be dark. Can't have that, because I get afraid of the dark. Trimmed back up from my attempted 5,000 foot per minute climb. She did not like that.
Wasn't right.
What is your current time at UTC?
What?
What is the current time?
Stand by. I have current time as 18:47:44 UTC, 20:47:49 local.
Please again, UTC.
1848, sorry.
1848.
Roger. Climbing through 3,400 feet on the way to 4,000. I'm at 130 knots indicated. Man, that looks nice looking back with the sun going low and Stuart right behind me. And just like we got our own little world here, man. I love this ortho scenery. It just freaks me out, man.
What for me?
Just the clarity, the realism. Frame rates, jeez Louise.
We're doing your level road.
Yep, level at 4,000 feet, 130 knots, GPS, FMS, 81.
Okay, locked in. PSI set to 0.
I've been working on that Embraer Phenom 300 and trying to set it up this week for so that its performance indicators are pretty damn close to what it's doing. It's like, oh my God, you can fly from like Madrid to London in like 2 hours, dude.
Standard jet.
Yeah. It's like 41,000 feet, Mach 0.9. Oh shit. Yeah, its range is like 2,800 miles.
It's a business jet.
Yeah, exactly. I never thought I would dig that kind of thing, but it's like, and then that Beechcraft King Air turboprop is not quite as fast, but outperforms it in terms of fuel consumption and shit like that. I mean, still, I mean, some of those big turboprops, that PA-42,
Blocked
Same
user
way.
joined
Flight
your
level
channel.
flight level 41. Ground speed 320 knots.
Hello.
Dude.
How are you guys?
Hello.
It's been decades.
What? Long time no see, man. How's life?
I'm alive. Stuff matters.
Me too, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I've been incredibly busy. And, you know, between the forum delete, I got lazy and didn't subscribe a second time, so I just thought I'll come in and say hi. Taking way too many photos and spending too much time doing other stuff than flight gear, so it's, you know, sometimes it's just cool to get back and do some things.
Busy with school, eh?
I've finished that 3 years ago.
Oh, look at you. So what do you
Hi,
do?
Matt.
How do you do for money?
I survive for money.
We all survive for money, brother. I retired in January, and it's like fixed income. And then the economy would decide to go to shit. And it's just.
Oh yeah, same as my father.
Oh yeah, it's just scary, but you know, it's way better than working. Could
Yeah,
be doing what,
understandable.
could be doing like Stewart's doing and have an asshole for a boss.
Right.
Gotta work. Gotta work Saturday. Gotta work till midnight, Stewart.
Yeah,
Hey.
let's finish flying.
Things a little more stable this week.
Yes, actually.
Sweet.
No mass Germans approaching.
Ah, you need some help there, man.
But next weekend I have a mass number of French tents, so I have to wait and see what happens with that.
Did you say tents?
Yes,
Oh my.
French froggies.
Well, make
What's
'em-
been going on with FGUK lately?
Same thing, man. We got all kinds of fun stuff. Now tonight we're flying in Portugal, Spain, doing fun stuff. Just same old thing, man. Just getting along,
Sweet.
going along.
I'll have to. Ah, shit. Hold on. I'll have to. Yeah, TeamSpeak does go crazy when I use my talk and open other tabs. So it just the Mac just starts yelling at me big time. But yeah, I'll have to jump back in one of those when there's like a fast check. It's gonna, you know,
Oh yeah, that'll be next week.
slam the. Oh hell yeah, I'll probably be around if nothing else happens. Just wanna slam the burner and do some crazy shit.
Boom.
Indeed. Turn and bird flight into die. Type of stuff.
There's a GPS FMS 81 degrees, 4,000 feet, 130 knots. Final destination, Lima Echo Alpha Sierra, 35 minutes, seconds. So, we're going to be right about on time. It's almost like this was planned. Oh my God.
Did you say final destination?
Yep, final destination, Lima Echo Alpha Sierra.
In seconds?
No, dummy.
In what time?
34, roughly 34 minutes.
Oh, I
we'll
thought
be,
you said
we'll be
in
right
seconds.
on time. We'll be right on time.
I just thought my watch was way off.
It's easy. It's okay. Mav understands too what you're saying. It's like English is your second language, not so quick on the uptake. Oscar Yankees from Denmark, and you know what they say about those Danes, right?
I don't actually.
Well, I'll spare you the concept. I'll spare you the gossip.
Uh oh. Sounds like some sketchy stuff.
It is. You know me.
I know you too well.
It's all.
Even after all this time.
It's all lies, but it's still funny. Denmark, land of beautiful 6'3" women, and what can we say?
Well, the first part looks looks promising. Not sure if I want to hear a second part now.
Yeah. Denmark, where the men are hung like rabbits. That doesn't come out right. I'm kidding.
I guess it's not a fly night until you hear some creepy stuff coming up from.
Man. I try to.
Dude.
I try to be good, but I wasn't born that way.
Where's Keith, by the way?
I know he was.
I had a talk with him like a while back, but like a real while back. Haven't heard him ever since.
He's working like a dog. He's like Stu. They work like dogs.
Yeah, same told me.
It's the new world order. Work or starve, boys. Me, I'm old. I only need 300 calories a day. I mean, like, I have like a strawberry and a handful of walnuts, and that's fine.
Simple way of life.
That's our government's policy for the poor. These people who can't manage on megabucks, they're saying, "Oh, you should be able to feed yourself for 30p a day."
In what country? Pakistan?
No, this is the UK. This is Conservative MPs.
You've got to be kidding me. I don't know. I need to sit down and figure out what it costs a day to feed me, and I'm pretty much a minimalist, but I'm guessing. Man. I'm guessing it costs $15 a day to feed me.
Well, we've had the only thing what's booming in the country is food banks.
It's worldwide, my friend. Except in Italy, I hear everyone is eating like kings in Italy. Is that true, Matt?
Well, it depends.
I don't wear it depends yet.
Like there's places where you get like people dressed up in suits and everything, and you know they just don't even have money anymore to buy anything. Yeah, shit's gone down the rabbit hole, but you know it's not everywhere. Well, it's getting. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll see. It's all good. Right now, I'm all eat. Hey, I got this garden going in my backyard. I got tomatoes that are turning red. I got peppers that are ready to be picked. I got squash to eat. I got, what else have I got out there? I got tons of stuff. I can live on what I grow in my backyard if I can live on 600 calories a day.
That's pretty cool.
Your tomatoes are turning red. They're supposed to be red.
What?
That's normal.
What?
If they turn blue, I'll be a bit worried.
My tomatoes are fabulous. Check out these tomatoes.
Tomatoes are not supposed to be red. What?
They are too. When they're ripe. Of course, my jalapeno peppers are red when they're ripe too, but most people eat them when they're green.
Those are nasty.
No, man, they're super spicy. I pickle them in refrigerator. Put them in
in that
refrigerator
way, of
pickles.
course.
Oh my God, they're fat. Crunch, crunch, crunch. A little bit of bite, a little snappy, but not bad.
You eat one of those, you sweat like you've been running for half an hour.
Exactly. I'm telling you, Mama eats those things, she gets hot. Oh, was that out loud? Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can't go,
PG-13.
Voodoo, you can't go local shooting and catch yourself an elk or something.
I could, but I don't. My brother's a big hunter type. He shoots deer and turkey and blah 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 and all that stuff. And it's like, I'll bring a camera. Let's go hunting. Okay, I'll bring a camera and stuff like that because I don't care if somebody else people do, but I don't kill anything that don't need killing.
Yeah, same here.
I just, if I needed that to eat, then I would probably hunt to eat, but. I'll eat all the stuff that he shoots. I mean, he comes over and brings me like a care package of deer sausage and like steaks and some flank cuts and stuff like that. Put that in a crock pot with some onions and tomato sauce and some herbs and spices and cook it all day and cut it up with a fork. Yeah, I'll eat that stuff all day long, but I ain't killing nothing to get it. Nothing. I don't shoot anything that doesn't need shot.
Well, they're trying to ban lead in this country.
Lead?
Yeah, lead ammo.
I don't know, about half of what I shoot's pure copper anyway, so. Okay, let me see. GPS, FMS, 81 degrees, 81 degrees. We're at 4,000 feet. We're at 130 knots. We are 27 minutes and several seconds out of our final destination of Lima Echo Alpha Sierra. Please admire these little hills coming up in front of us. They are super sexy. If I've calculated this right, and I may have, but I screw up on a regular basis, so forgive me. We should be arriving at our final destination just about the time the runway lights come on, which is kind of spectacular at this, like, waterfront airport type thing here in Spain. It's cool. I have no idea where we're really at, but it looks pretty.
This is where the cows live.
Where the cows live.
Yeah, in Spain.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the cows then?
Mostly, yeah. And they make cider here as well.
Hard cider?
Yep.
I'm in.
Not scrumpy, but
Scrumpy?
what? Scrumpy's Cornwall, Devon cider. It's rough. It's got pips in it. It's got bits of scum and all sorts.
Whoa, it sounds awesome.
Look at the bridge down there. It's really nice. See that huge bridge?
There's all kinds of cool bridges around here. Below us? Oh yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Oh man, look at that. I don't know, man. We got hard cider here too. Oh, that is a cool bridge. Oh my god.
Where?
Right directly below me.
Oh, yes. Motorway bridge.
Motorway bridge over the valley.
Yeah, oh my god, that's awesome.
That's called that plane.
That's the border.
Cider without alcohol? What exactly is that?
What's the point? What's the point of that?
Yeah, bam. Well, I had a bunch of cider to drink, but I'm still despondent. And she's still ugly. Oh, the sun looks so nice. Oh, looking over my, what's it? Like my 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Oh my God. Scenery's amazing.
Just wondering if the the Spain project's making the, you know, like it is in Switzerland, is slowing the machines down.
Huh?
Well, there is a lot of people doing a lot of work on Spain, adding more stuff into it.
Oh my.
Because when we fly in Switzerland, it really knocks the frame rates.
Oh yeah, it's almost got too much now.
Does anyone know some good phone size screens?
Biggest screen is biggest one.
Please say again.
Use a projectile, then you can have as big a screen as you want.
Can you please say again?
No, I can't.
You're hard to understand on that mic, man.
Yeah, I had a hard time too.
Shut up.
So much white noise in the background.
It's Stewart's potato mic. Is that
He's
what
trying. He's trying his best for somebody where English in his first language.
Yeah, well, that's gonna suck. English.
No, I
ain't
mean,
my-
I mean Stuart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. English ain't my first language first either. I'll speak American.
But does anyone know a screen that has the size of a phone?
Try a phone. That's about the same size as a phone.
Yeah, but it's hard to connect that to a computer. If you have some good ways to connect it and
Well, I can
then
plug
we
my
say-
phone into the computer.
I
and
do it all the
get,
time.
Yeah, me too.
But
too.
can you get the
Nothing
use
new.
it as a screen?
The what?
Can you use it as a screen on the computer or a screen share to it?
I don't think I ever tried to do that. I usually just suck information off of it.
Why would
Oscar
you want-
Yankee, you need to look at the people who make realistic panels, because they do all sorts of clever stuff with screens and control systems and programming stuff.
Then I will try look at that. I'm currently trying to see if it's possible to make some cheap VR with VR headset to put a phone into and a phone or a phone sized screen.
Well, as I say, they do it all the time because they're building realistic cockpits, you know, like for airliners and fighters, and they recreate all the instrumentation, and it all links back into the software.
I don't really think Flight Gear does support VR though. Or I mean, at least not in the latest stable.
Yeah, it doesn't support VR, but you can use stereoscopic view and then do a horizontal split.
That is true. 'Cause I don't know if you were hearing me because I think I was using the wrong push to talk the entire time. But I said I've seen of phones that usually do the other way around, so you connect the phone and then you can extend it on the PC screen, but not like the other way around. I've been seeing that on a lot of tablets though.
Yeah,
And
I'm able
there are quite some combat ones that might suit your purpose, but I think that's not really good for VR.
I know there's alternatives that is some alternative programs, but I'm looking for something that's open source.
Ah, yeah, well, that's more a do-it-yourself kind of thing. Maybe buy an LCD screen like the ones that they sell on, you know, those Chinese websites for doing those kind of, you know, do-it-yourself kind of thing.
Is there some Chinese web shops selling that screens of that size?
Well, I think if you have enough patience to, like, you know, dig around, you could probably find plenty of them. I'm sure about the quality. That's like depends on who sells them and where you get them, who makes them. Probably like watching some reviews and checking things around should probably help a lot.
Flash says maybe AliExpress.
Yeah,
that's
that's the first website that comes to mind.
What's AliExpress?
Been ripped off a couple of £1,000 on AliExpress. I wouldn't go near it.
Hey, they got this thing. It amazes me every day. It's called Google.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's
I've
on the
never
interwebs. It's on the interwebs.
I'm never using Google. I use DuckDuckGo.
Well, they got this amazing. They got this amazing thing
DuckDuckGo is
called
Google without selling you and stealing your data. So
They got this thing called DuckDuckGo. Just L-A-L.
Well, it's actually a good browser if you want to stay stealth on the web.
AliExpress. A-L-I-E-X.
DuckDuckGo and Tor, that's good. Sadly, it doesn't work with certain websites.
Go to the forum and send Flashy McFlashface a PM and say, ask him about AliExpress. He knows lots of stuff.
I'm done with AliExpress and I launched a couple of £1,000 worth through AliExpress. I wouldn't go near it.
Oh my goodness.
I think you've established, Oscar, that you're asking the wrong people here. We either don't know or we don't care.
You can't say we don't care. I care about everybody. Just not about what I don't know about. I don't know shit about this. Flashy McFlashface says, I've had no problem. So, we're 50-50. We're still batting 500, right?
Again, it depends a lot on what you buy, who sells them, and
And the phase of the moon and the height of the sea and
yeah, that there's so much stuff that goes into buying into those
exactly.
websites.
And the weather.
And the weather and
But
Yeah,
always
I ordered an SD card on Amazon like, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, and it was so hot outside, and of course like the deliver guy didn't have AC inside the trunk where he was delivering stuff, and so like when the SD card came, like plastic that was around it like kind of melted. Yeah, it was like, you know, the packaging, not the SD card itself, because that's rated for 70 degrees, you know, Celsius to sustain, but like the actual protection that was around it melted, and I was like, holy shit. It must have been like 50 degrees inside the truck.
when the packaging melts, it's time to step away from the package.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
That's Italy, northern Italy.
What country?
Italy.
Northern Italy. Northeastern part, actually.
I live in Denmark, so you never get that hot. In Denmark, it will probably be more like you would get ice around it.
Yeah, indeed. I know a couple, well, more like one person in flag gear that lives in Denmark.
It's like
Is there another person? Is there a person other than me in Denmark that uses FlightNight?
I think there's actually 3 of them, with you included, and the others I don't know. One would be Nikolai, and the other is, I think, Vanusten, HB Vano, but he's been all over places, so I could be...
Is it Nikolai Werner
Yeah,
Christensen.
that guy. Ito.
Isn't it also him that has made the A10 or F16?
Yep. Well, on the A10 he contributed to it, and yeah, on the F16 he's the main developer besides me.
I didn't know he was that he was Danish.
Now you know.
All the hot, super smarty people are Danish. You knew that.
Lars Ulrich.
Is he Danish?
Yeah, he definitely is.
Lars. He's the man in Flight Gear.
Yeah,
Lars
but I mean,
is he
are we
one
talking
of the
about
main
the same
characters?
Lars? Because I was talking the Metallica drummer.
No, not him. No.
Ah, okay. I was talking about him. So yeah, definitely not the same person.
Is the person named Lars as a main contributor to Flight Gear?
Let's see if I can round this guy up. I don't. There's a dude that was doing development for Flight Gear, Lars. I don't remember his last name, but it's been a few years. I'll see if I can round him up.
So Lima Alpha Romeo Sierra.
What?
Is it the name spelled Lima Alpha
Yeah, that's it. That's
Romeo
it.
Sierra?
Yeah, that's it.
I
You got to remember,
That's
I
a Danish
haven't hung
name,
out.
so-
I haven't hung out on the Flight Gear forum for like a decade, so I'm old. He may be dead by now. Ooh, check out these hills, boys. CPS FMS 80 degrees. Final destination Lima Echo Alpha Sierra. 11 minutes, 59 seconds, 12 minutes, so 48. So far, it's right dead on 10 o'clock. Oh, some of the scenery looks very nice. Hey, Oscar Yankee, your passenger door's open, bro.
Oh,
That's what Monkey jumped out.
Porky jumped out.
I can't take it anymore. I'm out of here. Ah!
that was probably a good idea. Besides that, that the parachute didn't function correctly.
Probably ran out of crisps.
Probably.
Porky doesn't get his crisps. He's out. It's like, give me the parachute. I'm
Oh.
out of here.
Shit. Yeah. There's he has eaten them all.
Duh. Shooting from Oswald's perspective.
Nice area and scenery.
Oh my.
Even with standard scenery.
It's very beautiful when the sun has gone down and it's just a bit within the horizon where you can still see a bit of the sun and else dark.
Kind of like smoky, like little bumpy things and smoke and roads and hills and trees.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Just want to check what is your time UTC.
Stand by. I have UTC 1920.
UTC 1920. Oh, then
That's what
it's
I have.
then it's way too dark for me. I have set it to
Yeah,
20.
we wanted to
20.
arrive at final destination at UTC 1930. And we are presently 9 minutes out, so we're right on that target.
Oh yeah, it's way lighter right now. The sun I don't know what happened to my time.
Where's Mr.
Have
Tux?
fun.
Oh, he's 100 miles away. Screw him. Shoot from Stewart's perspective. Shoot from Flashy McFlashface's perspective. Flash. Whoa. Shoot from Oli's perspective. I don't know where that fuck Oli's going. Never mind.
Trying to get in line up with everybody else.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
It was getting a bit dark for me. Just had to knock an hour off the time.
Oh my. Oh, this is awesome. Shooting from Ozzy's perspective, looking down. That's last generation of scenery is just freaking awesome. Freaks me out. I know it's like at its best at straight up noon, but like when the shadows are long like they are now, it's like, wow.
What's the source of world scenery 3.0 in fact here? Do you know?
Say
I don't
again?
know the source, no. I don't know what source they use.
You don't know?
No.
Wardy's down in the dirt. Nap of the earth, as it were.
There is a sample, but I couldn't get it to work. They've done half of Scotland.
World scenery 3.
Yeah, if you go on the forum, you can find the link to it. But when I try to run it, you just get big, massive areas of the scenery with nothing there, just blanks.
So far way to go.
There's a long way to go yet.
Flyby is fab.
Well, you said the shadows is getting long. What is the time for you in UTC?
19 something, getting closer to 20.
Yeah, I have UTC 1924 57, 1925. We're 5 minutes out. Our target ETA to arrive was 1930, so we're 5 minutes out.
There's another interesting bridge coming up on the coast.
Oh yeah, I see it, man. Oh, check that out, kids. Going to begin descending at 900 feet per minute. My mark, minus 900 feet per minute. Stand by. Mark. Descending at 900 feet per minute. Maintain 130 knots. Indicated GPS FMS 77. Final destination we'll be landing at Lima Echo Alpha Sierra. Minutes now, 3 minutes.
Don't see it.
Not yet.
Oh, I see it now when I'm looking at external view. There's no lights on now.
Are we going to overfly the airport before we land?
Nope, straight in.
Are we turning left or right?
We're going straight in.
Oh yeah, forgot we don't need the runway. Is it possible to do an rolling landing with the Bell 430?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Just make sure the brakes aren't on.
Yeah, turn the brakes off.
Alright, then I'll do that. It was probably that went wrong last time.
Make sure you put the gear down as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Manual control this crazy monkey.
I will be keen to turn left now to land on the runway. I don't think it's very nice to be at the beach when big aircraft are landing at the runway.
The runway's a good 70, 80 feet high on the beach. I wouldn't worry about that. Right, we landed somewhere down on the right hand side. See buildings down there.
I've got the tower on the right side.
Alright, okay. I've got a phone ringing. Shit.
Nah, tell him to go away.
Don't think there's any heavy parts here, is there?
Say again, sir?
Runway lights just go on.
Ah! Well, the lights are on.
Actually, I think I've just flew over a heli bit. Looks like it could be.
Down and rolling. I'm done. I'm done rolling. Where are we parking?
Yep, bunch of buildings up here on the right side.
Up there.
Find me and Stu.
User disconnected from your channel.
I need to remember that you don't use the throttle to to get moving with the hello taxing.
And here we are, boys and girls.
Oh, look, there's a fireball in front of me.
Oh no! I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I cheated. I tried to move using this moving map and ended up about 10 foot below the runway.
Well, it's a nice approach beacon. Thank you.
Well, everyone.
Woohoo! Well done, mates. Well done.
While we're parking up, who wants next week?
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Fast jets.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
You already
yeah.
know where?
No, but I have some ideas. I have something up by about Tuesday or Wednesday.
Nice.
Nice.
Can't wait to hear it.
It'll be fun. It'll be fast. It'll be low. It'll be scary. It'll be all cool now. Let's see if we can pull Geed and maybe even Gary in here now.
Will it be newer or older fighter jets?
Anything that can make the speed requirements. So, yeah, you just wait. You just wait. All right, you guys, well done. I'm gonna kill the video. Say goodnight, Mom.
Yep, take it
Good night.
Bye, Woodwood Mom.
Good night,
Good night,
Rubus, man.
everybody.